Is there anyone else that's going to make it?
I'm not seeing any responses from folks. I am seeing that they're seeing the messages we're sending, but no one's responding. So it's gonna make a short thing, and then we'll just harangue folks. And honestly, if no one else is here to talk about folks, then we get to make decisions.
One more person to make a decision.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
What's up, man? No problem. It's all good.
I totally forgot there was even a meeting tonight, so I might be a little unprepared. I thought it was next weekend.
I kind of didn't realize it was this weekend as well. I think somewhere it said last Saturday in March or something. I had no idea until I went.
I thought we were doing it the last Saturday of every month.
I think we had done that. You know what? We probably did that the first month. It typically works out that there are generally only 4 Saturdays in a month. I think this month is just particularly weird in that there are 5 instead of 4. So.
Yeah, that threw our Monarch off because our 4-hour day was supposed to be next weekend, and we thought this was the last Saturday, so our Monarch actually chipped in $50 of his own money to give us an extra hour because he messed up.
Oh, dang. That sucks. Oh, well. He's, I'm sure someone will make it up to him. Someone can buy him a beer. He'd love that.
1,000 finger guns.
All right, cool. Well, I went ahead and updated we'll just kick this off. So really quickly, present, we have myself. We've got Icefire Bay, and we've got Loop and Moon. Glenn from Frozen Coast said that he's still at work, and I'm not sure that he's going to be able to make it tonight. And I have not heard anything from Laura, so we shall see. Taking a look at the little agenda that I've got set up here. First thing is just mid-rains. So I just wanted to confirm the dates that we had for everyone. We had for Astral Winds at 28 or on the 28th of April. And I'm doing this in order of, I guess, chronological order. Icefire Bay, you guys are May 5th, right?
Yep.
Cool. I have May 6th down for Froco. Loop and Moon, May 12th. Is that legit?
That's correct.
Cool. And then Ravenstone we had down for May 20th. So that's awesome. So how are you two doing in terms of actual prep for the mid-rain itself now that we've got the dates nailed down? Are you guys starting to get that stuff lined up, or what's the plan?
It's a little scattered in Icefire Bay because our officers have been doing various stuff. Our Monarch's a cab driver, our Prime Minister's a EMT, and I'm doing a sport for school, so right now it's kind of hectic, but we're trying to figure it out.
Do you guys have a venue picked out already?
I don't know. I would have to ask Arian.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think mid-range. You've got a ways yet. I mean, you've got like a month and a half or so, and it's not like you guys need to book a place that's going to hold 80 or 100 people or something. Frankly, you could probably do it wherever you normally have your dates. But seeing as you've never coordinated a mid-range before, I'm assuming you've probably maybe gone to at least one. I would hope.
I believe I've gone to at least one, yeah.
Okay. They're pretty low-key. Honestly, a lot of folks do potlucks. I mean, in Astral Winds, we're, I don't want to say lazy. We're real laid back this far north. And so our mid-range typically consist of ordering some pizzas and then just handing out awards and then playing normal battle games. We don't really do anything special, and everyone's totally fine with that and loves it. So I would just talk to your populace, see what they want. If they're fine with just doing a potluck or ordering some pizzas, then go with that because it's easy. It's just whatever folks get enjoyment out of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, understood. And it looks like a Alora is saying that it's not letting her into the thing. It just popped up on my Facebook messages.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that too. Okay. Let me find out because I know sometimes if folks try to join off of that link on a mobile device, it gives them a tough time. So let me get her email address.
So I guess I'll just make my statements about. Um, so we are already set. Hunter got me an extra 2 hours, so it's going to be 12:30 to 4:30 on the 12th. So that's something to look forward to. We'll have battle games and mid-rain. As for mid-rain, I have a theme I'm wanting to go for, but I'm still trying to find people with the props and whatnot. I'm wanting to do like an Ewok Village theme. So for that theme, I'm wanting to kind of bring nature inside. So I'm kind of trying to find like tree props or bush props and things like that. I know Alora said she had leaves for me that I could borrow, but I'm trying to find a place that maybe has those kind of props for rent. And I'm thinking maybe the theater might. So I'm going to check with them, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm still working on it.
That's a cool idea. All right, so you guys are just doing it. Otherwise, you're doing it at the normal place. You just have an extra couple hours to host the shindig.
Yeah, it's going to be actually our last day indoors. So after that, we'll be at Russian Jack.
Sweet. Well, that should work out pretty well. Do you have? I don't. Maybe I miss or did not hear. Did you have any plans for food?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is carne asada tacos. I don't know if you know what those are, but I used to live in Mexico, and they're really popular there, and it's something that can be made and feed a lot of people.
Yeah, one of my favorite meals of all time is a carne asada chimichanga that I got from a food truck in Tijuana. So I am intimately familiar with carne asada, and that sounds fantastic.
That sounds awesome.
Cool. Looks like we got Alora in here too. That's awesome. Just Alora, to catch you up real quick. We're just talking about mid-rains and like what the plans are for them. We had you guys down for May 20th. Are you guys still good for that in Ravenstone? If you are talking, you're muted right now, Laura. Maybe she had to step away for a second. Anyway, all right, that's cool. Tacos are awesome. And carne asada is always awesome, so that's exciting. And I'll follow up with Ravenwolf and Glenn and Thror, and we'll get updates from them on what they're thinking. And sorry, I have a loud cat that very much wants pets right now.
I also realized that since this is our meeting and a month has already passed by, I'm behind on filling out my wish box, but I will definitely jump on that here real soon.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I was gonna like touch on that here in a minute too, just like on the wish lists. So, all right. Yeah, I mean, just to kind of like tie up the mid-range thing, they really sneak up on you. And I just want to remind you guys that your job is not to run mid-rain. Your guys' job is to make sure a mid-rain happens. So don't feel like you need to like shoulder that burden yourselves. Or frankly, I mean, if you have someone, or better yet, like a group of someone's, a company or a household at your park that loves doing stuff like that, that's a real easy way to offload all that work, is to just say like, hey, insert cool company here, do you guys want to run mid-rain, and like we'll pay for help pay for the food and so on and so forth as a park. Like you guys have a budget for that. That can be a really easy way to take some of that work off, and then you get to give people cool awards for helping out with stuff. So yeah, just don't think that mid-rain is your job. Your job is to make sure mid-rain happens. So anyway, so next thing on the old agenda was just calendars. So calendars should be up to date now for everybody. Everyone, I had posted the credentials to get into the calendar, like I think like a day or two after our last meeting or whatever. So hopefully everyone can get in there and has gone in there and done stuff. I've gone through and looked at the calendars. Everything seems up to date. But I would just encourage folks to like keep those as updated as possible. Has anyone like not tried to get into the calendar yet and looked at things?
I haven't really had time to, and I'm sorry about that, but yeah, that would be me.
That's okay. I mean, I think your stuff is up to date anyway, so it probably just hasn't changed since the last time it was put in there, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, you know, even if like takes like 5 minutes to hop in there at the end of this meeting or whatever, and I'll PM you the username and password so that you can hop in there really easily without having to go dig through the Facebook group and find a bunch of stuff. And then you can just pop in there and take a look. Yeah, cool, no problem. But yeah, let's just try to keep that up to date. I mean, it's listed on the like akampguard.com like front page. So, you know, it's something that people actually look at, whether it's folks that are actual AmpGuarders and North Reachers and so on and so forth, or folks that are trying to figure out what AmpGuard is and how they can go to it and so on and so forth. Like that calendar is publicly listed information. So the more up to date it is, the better it's going to be, because we definitely don't want someone showing up to the wrong place or somewhere at the wrong time because the calendar was not up to date, and that would be real sad for someone's first AmpGuard adventure, you know. All right, cool. So next thing on here was the Regent kit wish lists. So I was looking at those. I think I wanted to put the link in the agenda, but the link right now is set to anyone with a link can edit. And so that agenda is theoretically something that can be posted publicly. So I didn't necessarily want every single person in North Reach being able to go in there and edit things. But it looks like Ravenstone's got all of their stuff entered in there, and that's awesome. Frozen Coast put some notes in there, so that's super awesome. And you know, we'll go through and fill that in a little bit more. We can probably, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that matches for all the parks. Like everyone's gonna want Camp Pad and DAP and so on and so forth. So you know, we'll be able to fill a lot of those blanks in pretty easily. But Icefire Bay, or sorry, I should use your actual name. But have you had a chance to take a look at that yet?
Sadly, no.
Okay, not a big deal. I know everyone's got real life. Like I feel you. So
yeah, I'll talk to Arian about it. But like I said, crazy schedules are happening in Icefire Bay right now. So
for sure. Yeah, I think when I was PM like a couple of years ago, I had a really difficult time finding time outside of work. I just super easily distracted, have other stuff going on. You know, when I've got an hour of my own time, one of the last things I want to do is spend it sitting there dealing with not fun AmpGuard things, work AmpGuard things, you know? So I found that I got like most of my work done when I was actually at AmpGuard. Like I would just sit out a battle game and, you know, do the things, and that helped me. But I don't know how like the internet works, or if that would even be possible at your guys' place. That might be frustrating.
it would probably be possible during our ANS, but not during our battle games, because we don't usually do our battle games in a place that has internet. But since we do our ANSs at the local library, I could probably do that.
Yeah, that may work out well. I mean, give it a shot. It's kind of a bummer to like turn part of your fun AmpGuard day into not fun stuff, but you know, ANS is less sad, I feel. Okay, cool. Anyway, and then yeah, otherwise we just need to get that going. And it's something, if we want to be able to get anything done with that this reign, which I think would be super cool, something to give off to the next like Regents coming in for the next Kingdom reign, is like super sweet Regent like kits that they can actually use to do awesome ANS and stuff. I think that'd be a really cool like legacy for you guys to leave behind for your replacements. then we have to get moving on that because the rains go by so fast. Sort of that flows well into the next thing I wanted to talk about, which was our meetings. So I'm not sure that meeting just once a month is really, like, it seems like enough right now. I think it might be helpful for us to do bi-monthly meetings or every 2 weeks. How do you guys feel about that?
I
Due to
definitely
my
agree with
schedule,
that.
that might be a bit difficult in April and May, but I could try my best to do that.
Okay.
Maybe if it was on like a Sunday. I don't know how many other parks have Sunday stuff, but if it was Sunday, then I could probably do it.
Okay. Yeah, well, we can take like actual scheduling stuff because otherwise, I mean, there are only a few of us in here. We can take scheduling stuff to the actual Facebook group. But if we want to look at a different date/time to do it so that we can have it every 2 weeks, then let's totally do that. Because in particular with mid-rains coming up, and like I said, those sneak up on you, and you guys are probably going to have 1,000 questions for how should I handle this issue or how do I deal with that. Having those meetings once every 2 weeks, I think will hopefully help you guys be less stressed out leading up to those.
I definitely am in favor of 2 a month. Like, I think that would help.
Okay, cool.
At least right now, going into mid-rain.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, there are meetings. It's you guys, the team, right? So if you think that 2 a month is good now, or every other week is good now, but then you decide 2 months from now that we can go back to 1, then we can totally do that. Like I said, they're to help you guys out. So I don't want to have them be all the time and sort of set you guys up for failure because I know no one likes meeting on Saturday nights. You know what I mean? And I don't want you guys to not be able, like, set so many of these you guys can't make them. But yeah, we'll take the actual scheduling part of it offline or out of this meeting and onto the Facebook group and figure it out there. But I'm gonna, if we can find a date that would work okay for you. Oh, looks like Laura just dropped out. Would you be okay with that, Wisteria?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, cool. Well, then we'll shoot for that. And then sort of the last thing on our agenda were local updates from the parks. Astral Winds isn't here, but I can sort of give an update for that. I was gone for the last week out of town, so I missed out on the last park day, but I think they tried a few new battle games and they worked out okay. But I think there was some confusion and frustration with the rules. But that's how folks learn, and they're working on it. Otherwise, our attendance has been super great. And we've had a lot of folks doing ANS. They're looking at starting up their actual, outside of the normal park day ANS days too, because for the last good long while now, we've just been doing them the hour or two prior to our standard meetings. So, we're looking at moving those and potentially keeping that still hour prior to the regular park days, but moving those to a normal evening during the week at some time too. But we'll see. So that's Astral Winds. Laura just dropped out, so we'll skip a Ravenstone. How's Loop and Moon doing?
We're doing solid. I think we've been averaging about 44 sign-ins a week, is what Amanda said today. And yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything major that has stood out. I think we've gotten most of our field concerns taken care of and addressed as far as safety for non-combatants and whatnot. So I can't really think of anything else. Our ANS is, we had 6 this last Friday, so yesterday, and it was productive.
Sweet. That's exactly what you wanted to be. Sounds good. I said, Thrower said he wasn't going to be able to make it, so we'll skip Frozen Coast as well. How about Wisteria? How's Icefire Bay doing?
We're doing pretty good. We've had a couple of productive ANSs. I couldn't be there yesterday due to my schedule, but I heard that there was some pretty fun egg decorating with Easter coming up in a couple weeks. And our battle games have been pretty successful. We did a quest 2 weeks ago that was kind of Japanese themed, and that was pretty fun. We had a group from up the road come down. I think Oz was in that group, and it worked pretty well. And then last week we had some St. Patrick's Day themed stuff, and then today we had another. I think it was the same group come down for today's battle games, and that was pretty fun. And we're trying to get a group to go up to the Kingdom Day tomorrow, but we might not be able to because one of the people that's giving rides might have another commitment. But other than that, we're doing pretty good down here.
Well, that is super duper awesome to hear. Okay, well, I'm bummed that more folks couldn't make it. But just to sort of wrap things up, or do a recap here, I will send you the calendar info, Wisteria, so that you can hop in there and kind of just take a quick look. Shouldn't take more than 5 minutes or so to see where we're at. And then I'm going to turn around and make a post in the Regents Facebook group to try to find a better day for us to maybe switch these meetings to, and find one hopefully where we can do every other week, because I think that'll be helpful for folks, and it sounds like there's agreement there. And I think that if we're going to plan to try to meet, hopefully the weekend of the 7th or 8th again, do you guys think that it would be reasonable to have those Regent kit wish lists sort of drafted up by then? Is that an okay ask 2 weeks from now?
I promised you that it was going to be done by this month, so I'm behind, so I definitely.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, like I said, better than later, but we'll make it.
Yeah, I'll do my best, but like I said, all of our officers have really scattered schedules right now, so it could be a little bit before that happens.
Didn't mean to cut you off there, Wisteria.
That's fine, I understand.
Well, that sounds good. Thanks to the local updates, folks. This is a pretty quick meeting. I think it only ended up being 20 minutes or so. Sad more folks couldn't make it, but we'll hopefully do better next time. And I will send those credentials to you, Wisteria. I'll post the thing in the Facebook group to coordinate, and we'll see if we can't have those wish lists done by the next meeting. Does that sound good?
Yep, that sounds good. And also, do you think you could put a reminder in the Facebook group a couple days before the meeting's supposed to happen, so that I got really caught off guard, and probably a couple of other people did too. So, do you think that could be arranged?
Second that.
Yeah, 100%. I had posted, and I realized it was not made as its own thing. On the 19th, I had posted saying that we've got a regularly scheduled meeting happening this weekend, but I totally didn't put it in big bold letters to make it super obvious to folks. So that part of that's my bad. And also what I'll do is I'll actually make an event in the group itself, so that it will pop up in Facebook and remind you guys of what you got going on too, and that might be helpful.
I was going to say tag us.
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
that would
cool.
Work.
Well, I'll go ahead and do that for you guys too. Take me 30 seconds, and if it makes it easier for you guys, that's a good investment of time. So, all right. Well, does anyone have anything else they want to say before we sign off?
Nope.
Cool. Well, hopefully we'll be talking again, person to person, voice wise, in like a couple of weeks or so. But we'll chat here shortly on the Facebook group. For everyone that was listening in, thank you so much for participating. Talk to your regents and let them know how things are going, because we're trying to kind of keep an eye on how everything's going on or going kingdom wide, and get that information spread around so that we can all benefit from it. So talk to your regents, let them know what you like, what you don't like, from everything from ANS to battle games to just general park stuff, and we'll keep making AMCAR better. Thanks, Wisteria, and I'm gonna butcher your name, Catalau. Close, maybe. I'm going to take that as a close. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast now.